So Simon, you've helped some of my clients in the past where they've had some unfortunate circumstances in terms of receiving a decline notice from their bank or broker, and you've helped, I guess, piece the case together and get it over the line. But for the borrowers out there that are looking to buy property and need finance, what would you find is the most common reasons a borrower gets declined for finance?
I'll give two recent examples, Chris. One being last week, had a couple went to their local bank,
Sure.
looking at getting their first home loan.
So they were in an existing relationship with that bank?
Yes, they
Okay.
banked with the particular bank.
Okay.
The bank credit score declined the clients.
Right.
So when they submitted the application, the system looks at the strength of the overall application.
Okay.
They'll look at the applicant's employment history, how long they've been at their jobs.
Sure.
They'll also look at the asset and liability position for the age of the clients. Then they'll make a decision whether they want to approve the loan, decline it, or refer it.
Okay.
On this case, it got declined. So when you get a credit score decline, there's no one reason. The banks don't give you a reason. They just don't look at your application.
And that can be frustrating for a borrower.
Oh, most certainly. The borrowers in this case they didn't understand the reason they got declined.
Okay.
So I recommended to these borrowers, they were highly upset, that we put them to a normal lender that doesn't credit score.
Okay.
So I was able to submit their application with a lender who doesn't credit score. Somebody manually looked at the application and we got them pre-approved to buy a property.
Wow.
Second example, serviceability is a big issue. We've already spoken about it. A recent one before the banks dropped the floor rate. I would regularly see people going to their local bank and they couldn't afford the proposed loan.
Right.
So being a broker, it's about knowing the niches in the market.
Yep.
So a lot of banks, if you do overtime and have allowances, banks will only accept 80% of the allowance income or overtime income.
Okay.
However, if I can demonstrate that allowance is part of it performing their normal duties, some banks will accept 100% of that allowance.
Right.
So therefore, there's more income to check whether you can afford a proposed loan.
Okay.
Because these banks are now taking 100% of the overtime / car allowance, whereas the bank they tried to get their approval was only accepting 80%.
That's huge. So it sounds to me you've really tailored a solution to the client's individual needs, and I think that's what I found with the feedback I've had from clients I've referred to is, it's no longer about the cheapest interest rate that's out there or the best product. It's also understanding the right policy for the borrower, and this is a classic example where you've got access to more lenders than just one bank, and you're able to find the right policy and the right product with the right interest rate to fit these people to get approved.
Spot on, Chris. And when I meet people, everyone wants the best interest rate, and I tell my clients it's not always about getting the cheapest and best interest rate, because unless you tick all the boxes, that cheapest and best interest rate isn't always available. I'll help you get your best home loan and the cheapest home loan for your circumstances.
Fantastic.
But it's not always about wanting the cheapest rate. A good broker needs to sit with you, get an understanding of your situation, and then they can present 2 or 3 options of where they think your loan is most suitable.
Build a financial plan. Fantastic.